Welcome back to Brian Post, the only show where international politics looks less like diplomacy and more like a family food fight at Thanksgiving. Here are today's disasters. Macron decides he's fixing the Middle East with a pen. Xi Jinping gives Putin the kind of hug that makes NATO nervous. Israel just rage-deleted a prime minister in Yemen. Germany offers peace slogans instead of solutions. And Indonesia's politicians learned you can't hand yourself free luxury perks while your citizens can barely afford rice. Grab a drink. You'll need it. Macron to recognize Palestinian state in September. So Emmanuel Macron has decided France will officially recognize a Palestinian state this September. Big move. Israel's furious. The U.S. is pouting, and Macron? He's probably practicing his acceptance speech for most annoying ally of the year. Let's be clear. This isn't about peace. Macron's approval ratings are in the gutter, and nothing distracts a population like pretending you're solving world history's hardest riddle. Recognizing Palestine right now is like announcing you've discovered the cure for a hangover while still drunk. And while Macron's poking bears with a stick, let's check in on China, where love is in the air. Xi Jinping greets Putin with warmth at SCO Summit. At the Shanghai Cooperation Summit, Xi Jinping greeted Vladimir Putin with the kind of joy you usually reserve for a long-lost lover or the pizza delivery guy. Big smiles, warm handshakes, like they just reunited in a Nicholas Sparks movie called Dictators in Love. This isn't just friendship, it's strategy. Xi needs Putin's chaos to distract the West, and Putin needs Xi's economy to keep his war machine running. It's like a toxic relationship where both people bring out the worst in each other. But hey, at least the selfies look good. Speaking of relationships that end badly, one prime minister in Yemen just got ghosted, permanently. The Houthis confirmed their prime minister was killed in an Israeli airstrike. Just vaporized. Israel didn't send a warning, they sent a missile. Imagine being in a meeting and suddenly realizing you're the agenda. Of course, the Houthis immediately vowed revenge, which is shocking, because apparently the last 10 years of war weren't revenge enough. At this point, the Middle East is like the world's worst group chat. No one leaves, everyone's angry, and every day ends in an explosion. Meanwhile, Germany decided to chime in with bumper sticker wisdom. Germany, peace mustn't come at Ukraine's expense. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz bravely declared that peace in Ukraine mustn't come at Ukraine's expense. Wow, groundbreaking stuff. What's next? Water mustn't come at the expense of thirst? Here's the reality. Every peace agreement in history comes at somebody's expense. That's literally the definition of compromise. But no, Germany insists we can have a fairy tale ending where Ukraine gets peace, Russia gets punished, and the rest of Europe gets to feel morally superior without doing much. Call me when they turn that fairy tale into an actual plan. And while Germany's busy writing slogans, Indonesia just reminded its politicians who's actually in charge. Indonesian protests force U-turn on lawmaker perks. Indonesia's lawmakers thought it'd be cute to award themselves luxury perks. Fancy housing, chauffeur-driven cars, the whole I'm basically royalty starter pack. Problem is, people noticed. Thousands hit the streets, 6 people died in the chaos, and the president had to slam the brakes on the plan. This is what happens when politicians forget basic math. If most of your country is struggling to afford cooking oil, maybe don't hand yourself a free Mercedes. It's like watching your boss complain about tough times while wheeling a new Tesla into the parking lot. People snapped, and the government had to backpedal faster than a cyclist in traffic. So, to recap, Macron's busy playing Middle East peacemaker simulator. Xi and Putin are basically writing a rom-com. Israel turned Yemen's prime minister into dust. Germany handed us a motivational poster instead of a policy. And Indonesia proved once again that when you try to rob the people blind, the people eventually turn the lights on. That's today's circus dressed up as news. I'm Brian, your sarcastic guide through humanity's greatest hits of stupidity. Hit subscribe, drop a comment, and come back tomorrow, because you know the world's not getting any smarter.